Yo, what's happening, world? Be Much Boxing back at it one more again with another boxing video. It's fight week, Canelo week, Cannoli week, however you want to call them. It's fight week, man, and there's a lot of news coming out, and this news doesn't surprise me, be it on the same week as fight week between Canelo Alvarez and the man, what's his name, Sergey Kovalev. You know what I mean? So it looks right now between Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo Alvarez. Seems like there's somebody in Canelo Alvarez's ear, you know what I mean? And in my opinion, it's probably Eddie Reynoso and Chepo Reynoso, you know what I mean? So the man Canoli's mostly pissed about many things actually with and Oscar De La Hoya, you know what I mean? Like I said in my previous video, the man Canoli, he been down with the man Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy. I've been seeing him on HBO since like 2010, you know what I mean? But Canoli got some harsh words for the man Oscar De La Hoya, and I'm going to read them for y'all. Quote, "You can see there's no loyalty in him. He changed trainers during his career. He changed managers in his career. Loyalty. That's the way he is. We see it now." End quote. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a power struggle right now between the star fighter and the promoter, you know what I mean? And it looks like they might be a bad divorce, you know what I'm saying? You know, maybe they probably seeing that the man Canelo Alvarez, the man, I'm sorry, Oscar De La Hoya is not a reliable person to be your boss or to be running business, you know what I mean? You check it. The man Canelo is mostly pissed about Golden Boy taking their sweet time in negotiating a deal for him when he had the IBF strap. You know what I mean? You check it. Then the man Ryan Garcia, who's basically like a protege of the man Canelo Alvarez, Oscar De La Hoya took shots at him, and they had like a public social media kind of beef. You know what I mean? You know, apparently Ryan Garcia only made $50,000 for a fight that brought in close to $1 million. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this was at the time when Ryan Garcia, before he re-signed with Golden Boy, when they were throwing jabs at each other on Twitter with Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? And the man Oscar De La Hoya tried to criticize the man Ryan Garcia on Twitter in front of the whole world to see, because I guess the man Ryan Garcia was doing a little, you know, Instagram kind of, you know, public workout. Oscar De La Hoya wrote on the Instagram, quote, "Bro, when you duck under, always keep your eye on the opponent. You tell your trainer that," end quote. So he's basically trying to take shots at the man Chepo Reynoso and Eddie Reynoso, who are Ryan Garcia's new trainers, you know what I mean? But, you know, I think what really broke the straw that broke the camel's back is De La Hoya promising the zone and John Skipper and whomever are the big wigs over there at the zone, telling them that the man Canoli was gonna fight Triple G guaranteed on September, this last what do you call it? Mexican Independence Day, where Canoli was a no-show. Triple G didn't fight. He fought in October. They had Jaime Munguia headlining a card. Ask me who he fought in the main event. I can't even remember. I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all. I'm gonna read you some quotes from the man Canoli. He said, quote, "The only thing I have to say, very ungrateful. He has to remember that the first world champion in the Golden Boy stable was Oscar Larios. I'm a very loyal person, and we are a very loyal team. We're still together, but you can see there's no loyalty in Oscar." So this is basically Canoli letting it be known that the man, you know, Oscar De La Hoya taking shots at Eddie and Chepo Reynoso when the very first champion that Golden Boy stable had was Oscar Larios, okay? Oscar Larios was on Golden Boy, you know what I mean? And that was the first world champion that Golden Boy had, and the guy was trained by Oscar Larios, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hold up, y'all, one sec. Yo, yo.
Don't ever in your life come
What's
up from somebody.
Toy? Let me call you right back, Toy. Please. Go. I'm online. I'm doing a live video. I'm gonna call you right back. All right, where we at, man? Sorry for the distraction. All right. Yeah. Oscar De La Hoya. Hoya, let me call you right back, girl. I'm doing a live stream. I'm on YouTube Live right now. Please. I'll call you right back. Relax. All right. Mike 104, what the deal? Damn, man, my bad, son. Mike 104 in the chat says Canoli gonna stick a fork in Golden Boy. He done. He said your phone call's on the air. Be my fault. I thought I'd press mute. My bad, y'all. All right. But what's really ticking the man Canoli off is the fact that they were going to negotiations with Devyachenko for that fight that they were supposed to have in September, okay? And that was supposed to be Canoli defending his IBF strap, all right? He got stripped of the title because of incompetence from Oscar De La Hoya's team, you know what I mean? Oscar De La Hoya's team consisting of the top three executives, the president, Eric Gomez, and the matchmaker, Robert Diaz. Those are three top guys in the stable, you know what I mean? And these guys apparently, they were dragging and taking their sweet time in negotiating the fight with Devyachenko. And you know what I'm saying? Alvarez lost. Not only did he lose a date on September Mexican Independence Day weekend, them fellas also lost his IBF strap, and that burnt him more than anything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Losing the strap and also losing that date. You know what I'm saying? That's a date that is basically, it's a boxing date. You know what I mean? It's a very coveted date. Everybody would like to fight on Mexican Independence Day or Cinco de Mayo. And I made videos about it. Like, damn, even Floyd ain't even Mexican, and them fellas was always on time. He never fell short of not performing or appearing on a Cinco de Mayo or September Mexican Independence Day weekend card. You know what I mean? But Canoli so far has fucked up two of them dates. Don't forget when Canoli fought, Triple G fought, what's that guy's name? Vandes Rosen. That was on a Cinco de Mayo. It was supposed to be Canoli versus Triple G, but never forget, Canoli tested positive for a bad substance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what really is taking the man Canoli off. You know what I mean? Devyachenko's a number one contender. You know what I mean? And Lou Dela was in talks with the Golden Boy people, but they was taking their time, and they was even given at least 2 or 3 extensions, you know what I'm saying, by the IBF, you know what I mean, to finally seal the deal on the negotiations, because otherwise the gym would go to a purse bid, and the man Devyachenko would probably get a good 35%, and that's not what Canoli and them wanted. That'd be a big chunk of money, you know what I mean? So they would rather negotiate, and Golden Boy offered the guy like 5.5 million. No, excuse me, 5 million. The man Devyachenko and them wanted 7 million. You know what I'm saying? Then Golden Boy, they didn't budge at all, and the IBF was still pressing them to make that fight. Then the morning of August 2nd, Diaz, one of those matchmakers over there at Golden Boy, you know what I mean, he upped the ante on the offer to 5.5 million. Devyachenko's team declined. Then later that day, before the deadline, Golden Boy, they asked the IBF for an exception, you know what I mean, for the mandatory defense, you know what I mean, for Canoli versus Devyachenko. You know what I'm saying? They promised the man Canoli would meet Golden Boy also told the zone people or the IBF that Canoli's also going to try and unify with Bubu Andrade, which wasn't even true, because Canoli, he personally doesn't have any intention of fighting guys like Bubu Andrade. He said it himself, you know what I mean? Like, the guy's boring and shit, and he ain't fought nobody. So it really means nothing to him. That's what the man said about a week or two ago, you know what I mean? Yeah, the IBF denied Golden Boy's request exception, and they would, and Golden Boy was threatening a lawsuit. Then the IBF, they stripped the man Canelo Alvarez. So when they stripped that man within 24 hours, now Golden Boy is up in the ante 1.5 million from the 5.5 they've offered after they originally offered 5.5 million to Derevchenko for 7 million. But it was too late. The IBF had already sent a letter out, saying that the Derevchenko and Golovkin will be fighting for the vacant IBF strap, and Canelo's no longer champion, and that fight happened on October 5th, you know what I mean? And Canelo's pissed at that. He said, quote, they were fighting for a title that they didn't win. I had to earn that belt, fight for that belt, end quote. That's when he fought Danny Jacobs, and he earned that belt fair and square, no questions about it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is some crazy news right here, man. You know what I'm saying? The man Canelo, let me read some more quotes. Quote, I'm very upset and ashamed, along with my fans, to be unfairly stripped of my belt by the IBF, but especially when I did not have the knowledge of the agreement that Golden Boy Matchmaker had signed. End quote. Yeah. Canelo's also mad about when he was about to fight, I guess, Danny Jacobs. This man, Oscar De La Hoya, is on Twitter, basically talking about he wants to become president of the U.S. rather than helping promote Canelo's fight. Not to mention, the man, Oscar De La Hoya, has missed very important meetings and appearances, public appearances for Golden Boy. Where's he been? You know what I mean? You check it. Canelo's had to undergo arthroscopic surgery on his knee. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So this news is kind of crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Them fellas, Canelo basically, he's talking about he doesn't need to fight the man Triple G. You know what I'm saying? What for? You know what I mean? He says even if he fights him a third time, he's going to terminate him in the ring and terminate his career. Those are the man's words. You know what I mean? Oscar De La Hoya wasn't in attendance for when Andrew Cancio beat Machado in the rematch. He wasn't there for Vargas versus Tomiki Komeda. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Looks like the man De La Hoya, I'm sorry, what's his name? Canelo Alvarez want to break up out of there, you know what I mean? Go do his own promotional thing, you know what I'm saying? But he has, he's still going to be contractually obligated to the zone, you know what I'm saying? So how he gets out of that contract with De La Hoya, I have no clue, you know what I mean? But he has, you know what I'm saying? And they were looking, they looking at doing yeah, they even had a meeting with the DAZN people, and they were trying to figure out it on August 5th with DAZN and De La Hoya. All these people were present, you know what I'm saying? They were trying to figure out who he's going to fight, but Canelo was fixated on fighting Kovalev, you know what I mean? Even though Kovalev fought in August, and of course Mexican Independence Day weekend was going to be a couple weeks away, he was fixated on that fight rather than fighting Caleb Plant, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, Demetrius Andrade, or Jamal Charlo, you know what I mean? So, when he saw that man Kovalev getting battered in the 9th round by the man Anthony God, all this turmoil in Golden Boy land, I don't know what to say, man, but it's not looking good, you know what I mean? Personally, what should I think Canelo should do? He should do whatever suits him best, you know what I'm saying? If they handle whether it's some homosexual stuff or some drug abuse or sexual assault, just all kinds of stuff, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know what Canelo's gonna do, but this ain't a good look for him and his team, you know what I mean? Golden Boy and the team, and just in general, the whole Golden Boy. If the man Oscar De La Hoya loses, if he loses this man De La Hoya, I'm sorry, Canoli. Oh man, they're in trouble, man. That goes like 90% of their revenue. B Marsh Boxing, big ups to Mike 104. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. Let me know. Do you think a divorce is near? The way things is looking, unless they could solve these issues, seems like that's the way it might be headed. You watch it, I'm gone. Peace.